Boys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we got some good stuff to look out for. So if you remember the video I posted 2 days ago, I talked about a few ways to hit Legendary Tuner, and there were some questions regarding what that actually did for you. So just quickly, I wanted to let you guys know that if you do hit Legendary Tuner or Legendary Painter, what that does for you is you can sell any car for 20 million. I'll give you a peek at that right now. So as we can see here, if we come to the auctions, this Honda NSX here, I've actually put my own tune on it. But one of these ones that I've not, let's take a peek. If I go to auction off this car, as you can see, 2.1 million, not too bad at all. But if I go to auction off this one right here, it's the only one that doesn't say new. This is the one that I edited the tuning for. I just kind of changed some stuff around. If I go to auction this one off, as you can see, I have the ability to post it up for 20 million. And that's pretty much what being a legendary tuner or painter allows you to do. Just sell anything for 20 million, as you can see here. And as you can see here, I have all these cars that have already completed for 20 million, and I can go ahead. I'm actually going to collect some of these credits because, as you can see, I need a little bit of money. I'm kind of down bad, and that should, puts us right up to $1 shy of $1 billion. But it's kind of nice. As soon as you hit this point, you have unlimited credits in the game. I don't know. It's one of my favorite parts of the game is being able to achieve this. So I made a video yesterday showing how to do that. But anyways, it's not the focus of today's video. The focus of today's video is actually these two cars right here. So when I made the last video, the 650S Spider was technically in the game, but you weren't technically able to buy it yet. I remember I went through a few of the comments and people said that they own the car and they weren't able to sell it yet. So now that it's a few days later, I'm gonna also explain why Forza does that. So with the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, when it originally came out, some hackers were able to get their hands on the car early. And since it was in the game, it had the ability to be sold I want to say 3 or 4 weeks before it actually was released. Now, obviously, Forza being who they were was not happy about this, so they've put a new thing in the game where whenever a brand new car is added, it's not actually able to be sold for a little while. So it has that little, I don't know, downtime where people can't actually sell it or buy it on the auction house. But that being said, that time has passed. I haven't been able to get my hands on one of these just yet because I'm recording this video still pretty soon after it's released. But by the time you guys are watching this, you should be able to go get your hands on it. It should be cheaper than 2 million, absolutely. And this car is going to shoot up to above 20 million. It's an exclusive car, only available this week. It's the first time it's available, so it's going to be a very sought after car this week. You definitely want to get your hands on as many as possible, as early as possible. But since there's not a lot showing up for me right now, we're going to move on to the, oh, there we go, 578,000. That's much cheaper than I thought, but a lot of people going for them, as you can see. But that's nice, because now we can see that they are being able to put on the auction house. Chances are when you're seeing this video, they're around $1 million, but that's still not super expensive for a car that's going to be going for 20 million in a little under a week. Wow, this is actually pretty hard to get. I looked for a little while longer. A bunch did come up, but I guess I'm just not fast enough to get any today. Anyways, the next car we're gonna take a look at, we've been looking at it all week, but I want to keep reminding you guys, I really also want to see if the prices come down, and it has. I did predict this price was going to come down to around 12 million, and it did that really fast, which leads me to believe this price is still going to keep dropping. But don't worry, after this week, the price has to go back up. That being said, don't spend more than 2 to 3 million on this car at the moment, because it can sell for as little as, I believe, 300,000. So you should be able to get a good amount at that alone. But also, if the price doesn't rise back up to quite 20 million, it's still going to be around 10 million. That's why you don't want to spend more than 2 to 3 million. I always try to at least double my money, most of the time triple, when I'm auction sniping. This is an excellent opportunity though, because as the price drops, more people are going to be frantic to get these off of their hands, so they can still turn a profit. So hopefully this week you should see a lot more of these coming up. I know I've gotten a few for myself, but the ones that I've really been auction sniping, I'm excited to tell you about again. I hope that Forza doesn't do what they did with the Unicorn. If you don't know, the Unicorn V2 used to sell for 20 million. It hasn't released in a long time, but now Forza has locked it behind a 1.2 million to 2 million paywall. Can't go any higher than that. Now this car is becoming one of the rarest in the game. As you can see, I almost fell for it. People are putting up for 20 million. Those are people like me, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that have Legendary Tuner. If you want to avoid seeing those at all, then go ahead, set your maximum buyout to 3 or 4 million. As we can see, one came up there for 2.3 million. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. I am. I've been telling people all week to search for this car. The price is gonna go back up. People aren't still, so I'm trying to get my hands on as many as possible. I think I have like 10 to 12 at the moment. This is definitely the best investment car we've had in Forza in a super long time. So go right now, get your hands on as many as possible. People aren't looking for this car, and you only have like 3 more days to get this car while it's cheap, and then the price is going to start going back up again. I don't know, not a lot of people are going for it. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to get this one, so if I am, then you know it's an easy auction snipe. There you go. Absolutely doable. You can do this on no matter what generation console you're on. People aren't listening. They're not going after this car, but it's the easiest one to get at the moment. Anyways, let's get to a few more here. Oh, and another fun little thing about that car, if you get enough of them, you can go ahead and spend your skill points. If you guys want a video explaining how to get skill points, I can show you. Get the Forzathon points, and then it's gonna be a little bit expensive, but you can also get a free wheel spin. There's nothing really to spend your perks on right now, which is why I think this is worth it. Yeah, so if you have the extra perks lying around or the skill points, you might as well spend them, and then you can sell the car for 20 million in a week regardless. And I wonder what other cars, I'm gonna check the Aventador quick. Well, there you go. It works with the Aventador too, and I think it's actually cheaper. You get 25,000 credits, and if we go all the way up here and to the right, it's expensive, but you still get a super wheel spin every time, and you're going to be selling this car for a profit regardless, so you might as well get the free super wheel spin. Most of these cars I'm telling you to auction snipe have this ability, and you should do it because not a lot of people are filling out the tree. Most people that get this car, it's either to drive or they're looking to turn a quick profit and sell it right away, so you might as well get that free super wheel spin. I'd be willing to bet it's on most of the cars you've purchased. If you have some in your garage, check those out too. And the last one we're covering today is one that I don't think I've seen at 20 million yet, maybe briefly, but it definitely isn't one I've told you to buy in the past. This car, the Noble M600, is going for 20 million right now, which means you want to set your buyout price to 4 or 5 million. Again, I've said it in every other video because I see the comments every single time. If you don't have 4 to 5 million, set your buyout price to the amount of money that you do have. It's pretty much you want to auction snipe for whatever you're willing to pay. There's no right price. I just happen to set mine a little higher so that more will show up for me, but there's no correct way to do this. As long as you're above the minimum this car can sell for, you're gonna be finding them. It's just a game of patience, but if you stick to it, like, you're gonna make tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, much like I have. That's pretty much how I've made my billions. Although I am legendary tuner, I still have to auction snipe for those cars in the first place. Anyways, if you made it all the way through to the end, let me know down below. As always, we'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.